Hey, it's Casey Okupi with the Northwest Comic Show. I'm speaking with Woody about Cybersymbiosis. What is Cybersymbiosis? What's that about?
Well, it's a comic series I created. It's a cyberpunk story, kind of in the vein of things like Ghost in the Shell, Blade Runner, RoboCop, that sort of thing. And it just takes place in an alternate future version of the main story takes place in Seattle, but it's like basically a cyberpunk future where.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
We don't know if it's going to be an alternate future yet, actually.
That's a very good point. I'm certainly dabbling in speculative fiction.
Okay.
But the series focuses on a scenario where I suppose there's elements of Alien Nation if you want to get really niche, but there was a planet out there where it was like a fantasy world with your classic fantasy archetype races, and they got invaded by from another civilization, and they lost, and so they were forced to evacuate, ended up on Earth, and then they essentially a world of magic was forced to mix with a world like Ghost in the Shell.
Weird. Okay. And we're also talking about immigration issues.
Yes.
Much, right?
Oh no, that's definitely one of the plot points of the story.
Okay.
Because you have alien cultures mixing with our cultures, and it's adds some very interesting dynamics to it.
Okay. And these aliens that are leaving their area, are they working hard to kind of integrate with our culture? Are they trying to do that?
Well, the story picks up 50 years after that event.
Yeah.
So when they arrived, they actually used like a teleportation effect. So they appeared simultaneously all over the planet in the midst of World War IV, and that actually forced the World War to end. Due to the circumstance of that, it talks about all that throughout the various points in the series. So
can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it too much of a spoiler to ask what's going to cause World War IV?
The same things that cause world wars today. Pride, stupidity, competition over resources, vested interest.
Sure, money.
Yeah, money.
Money.
Yeah.
Dudes trying to get the green, right?
Yeah. But the main comic series focuses on it. Like I'm describing the backdrop, right? The main comic book focuses on more of a personal story about a group of characters kind of like living outside the system. And when they're kind of like the crew of the Firefly, where quasi-criminal, but just trying to get by and survive in a tough circumstance, and they end up taking a job that goes south on them, and they get framed for something they didn't do and are on the run, and so kind of like the classic bad guys having to take out the real bad guy story results.
A-Team.
Yes, that's actually one of the things I think about when I describe this story.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to watch that show all the time as a kid.
You got a B.A. Baracus in there?
We do have a black gentleman who thinks he's the most amazing thing on the planet.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, I'm wondering, is this band of misfits that we're talking about, are they part of the magic people and the regular humans, or is it?
All of that's fully integrated. We have a black character who's an interesting character. He's a wizard, but he sees himself as an action hero, and he idolizes archetypes from the 1970s.
Okay.
We have this soldier character who seems to be oddly aware of our current pop culture.
The one that we're living in now.
Yeah, totally out of place for where he's at, and nobody else knows what he's talking about.
Oh.
And so, then you've got like a half elf who is kind of like your con man character. Then we have a half orc,
like a Quark type thing, right?
He's just the guy that's got all the connections.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Knows all the people to talk to. Always has a suit and perfect hair. And then there's a character who's a hacker, who's a half orc, who's basically the tech specialist of the team. So they're checking all the boxes.
Is there like a semi-regular dude on the team?
Oh yeah, no, that's the main team.
Okay.
All four of those characters are the main characters, and they are the ones dealing with the main storyline.
Now, do you identify with one more than another personally?
I identify with them all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
One interesting thing about this is that when I created the series, a friend of mine was pestering me to run a role-playing game, and I ended up relenting, and I had this idea in mind, so I grabbed one of my RPGs and just ran them through the story, and then my original plan was to just kind of mine it for inspiration and just rewrite everything and make new characters and do an original story, kind of testing out my ideas, and we ended up having so much fun that I actually kept their characters in the story. And so this first issue is actually word for word what they did almost, in including the tactical fro.
Don't you love that when like you start getting these ideas and then they just start writing themselves in your brain? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I've always wanted to create a cooperative story like that, and obviously after the first issue, things deviate in their own direction because, like, you can't write a comic book about people spending an hour shopping, but you know, because that's what gamers do, is they waste tons of time buying gear. But you know, I like that my friends got to help create the story, and it's taken on
That's
a life.
very personal.
It is, yeah.
So you got a lot of advocates within your social circle.
I do. And
right.
it's also nice because when I sell like an issue or two at a show, I get a lot of people coming back and happily buying the next one.
All right. Wow, that's really cool. That means that you're on to something, right? It's a sign.
I like to think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Woody, and thanks for being on the Northwest Comic Show.
Do you mind if I plug my website?
Oh, please do.
Yeah. All the content is found at miniaturedragon.com. You can get all the issues. We also are working on RPG content so we can build out the universe as well.
Okay, now listen. It's not a full-size dragon. It's miniaturedragon.com.
That's right.
Not full size.
Well, there's actually...
Damn you!
There's actually a reason behind that name.
Why?
Well, because I'm known for creating custom RPG miniatures that I build, and then my friend who's not in the video here, he likes to draw dragons.
Okay.
So we, combined it.
Miniature dragons.
Yeah.
Do you understand the meaning behind this now? Do you get it?
I hope they do.
All right. Well, we'll take a look at that. Miniaturedragons.com, right?
Yeah, miniaturedragon.com.
Dragon.
One dragon.
Just one. Accept it. Okay. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah,
Thanks for being on the Northwest
Yes.
Comic Show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.